Hello, everyone. Hopefully everything is going well. I'm streaming on different places. I got it in YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So hopefully everything seems to be going well. Just want to just make sure one thing, make sure we're streaming in the right areas here. Okay, waiting for the broadcast. I don't know what that means. Okay. Anyways, welcome. Hopefully you're able to get everything here. Dennis Riley here, goes to results. What I want to do is I want to show you my screen and we'll take it from here. Okay. Yeah, the broadcast somehow isn't going in the event. So hopefully if you guys are in the event list, you'll see it broadcast soon. I know it's in my LinkedIn feed, so we'll go from there. Anyways, let's get started. View the slideshow. Okay, so here we go. Time Mastery Series, up level with pre-planning. All right, I want to go through this here. Dennis Riley goes to results. Business strategist. I help small business owners achieve the results they want in their business. All right. Time management versus time mastery. All right. Time management is actually to manage something is to control it. To master something is to own it. Our goal is to master the time. Okay. We want to own it. We definitely want to make sure that it's mastered and not just controlled. The last 3 weeks. Okay. This is the fourth installment of my LinkedIn Live series on time mastery. Again, if you're on YouTube and Facebook, welcome. And so week 1 was all about prioritizing your list. Week 2 was some ways to implement your list. Week 3 was how to create a navigation list, not a to-do list, but a navigation list. We went over a lot of techniques and a lot of tips to help you get started mastering your plan. Okay. Now you're probably saying, I wish all was in one place. Well, it is in one place. Easy to navigate, go at your own pace, and it's free. We got Time Mastery Series basic plan. This is what it looks like. All right. It's got its own little area. It's got you get to go through some of the modules and stuff like that. But let me quickly just show you what it looks like for real. All right, here it is right here. You go through different things here. Navigation goes to, it has a video. I still have to put in some worksheets on each one. So there'll be worksheets on at least at the module level. There might be at the lesson level as well. The good news is, hey, once you complete a lesson, it goes like this, and look, you already have it greened out and stuff like that. Is all the things we did with prioritize and all the pre-playing. Some of the stuff I still need to put in there, but I'm going to do it by the end of this weekend. For example, in the stuff we're doing today, organizing the calendar, it says this lesson is currently available, will be live on 9/12 and hopefully sooner. That's what I hope. So let's get back to that. I wanted to show you. Oh, let me show you. So to get to this, by the way, this mastery thing, we're going to go like this. Okay, it's right here. goals2results.com/time mastery series. Also, if you are, let me just do this. The page looks like this on my website, goals2results.com. All you do is just a quick video on me telling what it's all about. And then you click on here to sign up, and that's it. Everything is there to see. So hopefully you check that out because it's all in one place. The good news is that there's a lot of tips and techniques here that we've gone over. I've been in business for 28 years. A lot of these things I've accumulated over time. I've tried different areas, tried different time management stuff. Some work amazing, some didn't work. It really is a trial and error. You need to find out what works for you in your situation. But you really need to definitely do some kind of time management, but I like to call it time mastery because you're going to own it. All right, now, today we're going to go into a deeper dive in pre-planning. Now, just like driving a car, you don't if you're the driver, you don't get into a car and you just start up, put it in gear and take off without knowing where you're going. You might not know how to get there, but you definitely have a destination in mind. Okay, the same thing with your business and pre-planning. You want to pre-plan your week. All right. Yeah, we're not that we're not fortune tellers and we can't totally pre-plan things, but we can put things in gear and get things where we want to be and focus on the things that's going to get us further along. And if you keep doing that, all right, maybe your business doesn't look like this. It ends up looking like this. Wouldn't that be nice? But that's, you want to pre-plan the week. So let's talk about pre-planning the week here. All right. Now, when we talk about generating your navigation list, again, make sure you watch those things on how to create a navigation list. It's not just a to-do list. You do a lot more. In fact, you make sure you have 3 different areas to create that list. Okay. Now, these 3 different areas are right here. You have tasks in your business, you have tasks on your business, you have tasks on you. Okay. And we went over, this. And basically what you want to do is make sure that you have these 3 covered. Okay. Most people think it's just all in the business. And most of your work during the day is just in the business, in the business, in the business. What happens is, yes, that keeps the bills being paid, which is great, but also doesn't move your business forward. If you're the business owner and the only thing you're doing on your business is in the business stuff, your business is not going to grow and your business is going to struggle. All right. Because you need to work on your business as well. You are the business owner. You're the one who's going to make the decisions in place. You're the one who's going to do a lot of different things. Okay. If you're not doing it, who is? Even if you are a person of one, all right, and you still haven't got past that to have other people work on your business, you still need to work on your business. Yes, I know it's a juggling act. But you get systems in place so that you can hire people and so that you don't do all the work in the business. You have a team around you. And the more you work on your business, the more you can support that team. Also, when we talked about this, you have to work on yourself as well. All right. Don't burn the candle at both ends. You're not going to be able to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week. All right. You are going to burn out. So you want to make sure that you're working on yourself. Make sure you eat properly. Make sure you get the exercise and stuff like that. Again, we went on all over this. This is a refresher, but what your goal is want to do is in your week when you're planning it, you want to take at least one item from each section every week. In fact, the goal should be every day. And you're like, oh, that should be easy. Yeah, it's easy in the business stuff. That thing is really going into your calendar big time. But we're talking on the business as well as on you. Make sure you schedule the time. You do that, and the results are going to be transformational. It really is. All right. And the stress level is so much lower. And we also talked about prioritizing. Again, I'm not going to go into it, but we talked about some methods, the Eisenhower method, the ABCDE method, and the combination of ABDE method. You're going to make sure that all the stuff that you put on your list, you're going to give it a letter, because you're going to find out which tasks are A's. You're going to do all the A's first. You want to find out which ones you don't have to decide on now, which ones that you need to delegate, and which ones you need to eliminate. Trust me, there are usually tasks that need to be eliminated. All right. So you want to make sure that every single one of your tasks has some kind of level to it as well. Now, the goal is each day, again, you schedule your top 3 priorities in your calendar. Ideally, the top priority of each of these should be in your day. So for example, when you have maybe in your business, you have lots of things listed and you got the A's, the B's, the C's, D's and E's, whatever. And it's A1, A2, A3, whatever. Your A1 on a Monday, you're doing. Okay. Maybe on business stuff, you have also the same thing. Maybe your A1 on a Monday, you're doing that as well. And on you, the stuff about, okay, maybe, like I said, you want to take time to make sure you exercise every day. That's an A1 every single day. So if you can put those three, your top ones in each one, you're golden. Same thing for the next day and the next day and next day. And then what you can do with those top three priorities is a technique that I like to call 50-10. Again, make sure you look into this, but it really is a great one. You want to improve how much you get done in a day. The more 50-10s you do, it pretty much equals twice the amount of hours. So if you can do 2 or 3 50-10s a day, that's equivalent to 4 to 6 hours worth of work. So that alone, when people ask, how do I get more hours in the day? That tip alone can do it for you. All right. So also you want to know, what is your best time of day? Now, everyone has the best time of day. Some people are morning people, some people afternoon people, some people are evening people. Are you a first thing in the morning? Are you late morning? Are you early afternoons? Are you late afternoons? Are you after dinner? Whatever it is, okay? Whatever you are the most creative and the most energized and just your time of day. And like I said, there's some people that after hours, man, can they crank? Well, guess what? Schedule your number one priority during that time period. Same thing, maybe some people like to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Okay, put some stuff in there too. Whatever works for you. It just adds to the amount of time that you have if you can get your number one priority done during the most efficient part of your day where you feel you're at your peak and you're doing a 50-10, my goodness, the results are going to be amazing. Amazing. All right. So you put it on the calendar. If it's not in the calendar, it doesn't get done, right? Correct. All right. Now, some tips about the calendar stuff. All right. Book a separate time to pre-plan your week. All right. Don't do it on a Monday morning. Don't do it the first day every morning. We're just going to plan a day every single day. Now, you might review your day every day because some things might have changed. You didn't get to one task or 2 tasks, or maybe you got to a lot of them and you shift things around. But that shouldn't take long to do. That's just an instant, okay, I gotta adjust a couple things today. Okay. And stuff comes up, you know how the curveballs happen every day. So the next day you might say, okay, this happened yesterday that I have to shift this, and this around. That's fine. And so you're going to do a review of your day. Okay. But that should not be your planning. It's more the review of your day, either at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day. All right. So, and also don't book every single hour during the day with timed meetings. What I mean by that, if you are scheduled with people 8 hours and each person has an hour. Okay. One goes over, guess what? It's a domino effect. The whole day screws up. All right. You don't want to book every single hour because you want to have some flex time built in. And that way, if the flex time builds in and that is squeezed a little bit, okay, it's squeezed a little bit. Also, put your priorities in the calendar first before all these other things get scheduled. Okay. And don't leave anything out. Don't say, okay, well, this is a personal thing, so I'm not going to put it in my work schedule. Put it in there because you need to see all the pieces of your life. Okay. And also block out potential meetings from others. And what I mean by that is that if you are going, maybe that you have, someone can schedule some meetings with you, ad hoc meetings with you. What you do is you don't have them schedule any calendar hour that you might have available. You want to put those meetings in a block, like maybe Tuesdays from 3 to 5, or whatever. Mondays 4 to 5 or something like that. But that way, when someone a lot of people use Calendly, when you give someone your calendar and they want to book a time, you want to try to book it in these potential meetings. That way you have that block filled out. And if someone doesn't book it, you now have extra time that you can do some of the things on your list. Okay. So also remember, if you have never ran a marathon before and you're not even in good shape, You decide, you know what, I want to run a marathon. Your first day of training, you are not running 26 miles. Okay. What you're doing is you're building up to that. And that's what this is all about. All right. So day one of you trying to implement a new system, a new time mastery system, you're not going to get it all in one day. You're not going to be able to perfectly put your preferred schedule down. All right. It's all about stopping the bleeding first. Okay. You know, when someone goes into the emergency room with a heart problem, okay, they're not saying, well, you know what, you probably should, your diet isn't as good as it be. You need to change your diet. That's not the thing that they're working on now. You find out what the pain is and you solve the pain. Okay, so that's what this is first. So you might look at your calendar, go, oh my goodness, it's a mess. Okay, so now what you want to do is find some places in the calendar the first couple of days and say, okay, I want to work more on the business, because if you can work more on the business, you're able to implement some things, change things around, put some systems in place that will allow you to make your preferred calendar and your preferred schedule down the line. It's not going to happen overnight, right? It just isn't. So don't get frustrated when you're like, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. So now let's go into a calendar. Now that we did all that, it's time to have some fun. All right. I made up a calendar here. Now, look, this is not my calendar. I don't have a lot, it's not an empty one. All right. But I wanted to show you, you know, what to happen. Hopefully, when you start something, it's your preferred calendar you want to put in different blocks. What usually happens is your calendar kind of looks maybe like this, or it looks like this. And it's really packed. All right, let's go back to this. So again, I'm not saying this is everyone's calendar, but I'm just doing a sample of it. You say you start off with a team meeting on Monday morning, okay, and also you have a networking meeting on Tuesday morning, and you have a virtual networking meeting on Thursday morning. You have another team meeting on a Friday morning. All right. And then you have, say, 3 to 4 client meetings a day, whether you have to drive to their place, client/customer, whether it's virtual, whether they meet you at your office, whatever the case may be. This is just making up. And I just randomly put these around because, it's not everything. Here is 4 clients. This one, maybe it's a back-to-back here. There's not one here, but there's a back-to-back here. And then after the networking meeting, you have a little time to get from that to the client meeting. And then you have another back-to-back. You end the day with this. Again, and then this one, you have no meetings at the beginning. It's all client meetings, and maybe it's an hour in between. Who knows? And the week goes on. Now, first of all, you want to try to get it as repetitive as possible. And remember, right off the bat, these are just on everything I wrote here is pretty much in the business. Okay. Yeah. The networking is on the business because you're trying to get, more stuff into your business leads, marketing, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that one could be there, but it's basically, this is 80% of this is in the business. All right. You don't have anything on the business. So then maybe what you start doing is, all right, well, I can't move things around this week, but let's say you start to throw in a little bit your number one priority every day. Okay. And again, it's not the same time every day. Maybe down the line, you want it to be the same time. Maybe the first thing you do in the morning is your number one priority, or the last thing you do in the afternoon is your number one priority. Whatever it is that, again, your prime time is. But at least at the beginning, you start to throw in some pieces here and there, okay? And remember I said also, working on you. Working on you is, you want to keep the fuel tank as full as possible, all right? You're going to have to take some time, because during a long day, you want to have a break in the middle of the day, all right? And it would be nice if it was a consistent break, every day from 12 to 1, or wherever you feel like eating, you block off that time. So you would do that on an empty schedule. But if if you're starting right now, you're like, this is, find where the work lunch is and put it in. Okay. Try to do at least an hour. You might say, hey, I don't need an hour for this. Okay. Yeah, you don't need an hour for eating, but wouldn't it be nice if you can do things during that hour as well? Maybe go for a walk, just chill out, just re-energize to get back for the end of the day here. All right. And also find out, how many meetings can you do in a row? Some people can do 4 in a row. Some people can do 1 in a row. Whatever the case may be, try to do that every week as well. Okay. But again, you got to watch out that if you do timed meetings in a row, you have to be very diligent with the time. Okay, how long does time each one? Because if you start to go over, this is from 10 to 11, it leaks in, this one's from 12:30 to 1:30, and it leaks in, and all of a sudden you're rushing this one you're late on, and now maybe you realize, oh, this is starting to run late. Can we push this off to 2? And then this goes from 2 to 3. And what if this now pushes off? Now maybe that priority that you want to do that day is gone. All right. That's where the stress and that's where the lack of control comes in. All right. So there's all these different things that you can try to manage your schedule. Again, if you're going to do maybe some pre-planning, okay, maybe do you want to do it, Saturday morning? So you put in a little, whatever. I'm just making this up. Saturday mornings here. This is pre-planning. Okay. Or maybe instead of that, you want to do it on, 8 o'clock at night or something like that. Okay. 8 o'clock at night, right down there. All right. These are the things that you want to try to, figure out how to do. Okay. So, and then when I said, maybe you have a little refresher, a little thing, you could probably do here that says, quick review of day. All right. And maybe that is just not, it's only 30 minutes. Okay. So now you do that every single day. See, then what happens is it starts to be like a preferred schedule. It's exactly, that it's a system. And that's what time management and time mastery is a system. Okay. A system that it's repetitive, it's done, it works for you. Things that are all over the place, lunch here, and then this might be here, and then this one moves to here and whatever. That's not a system. What you're doing is you're forcing things into the day. You want to have a system in place. So then what you can do also when you're doing things, don't make everything blue. Maybe your meetings are this. Okay. And your meetings look like this. So now we know right off, okay, these are my meetings I'm going to. These are my client stuff. This is my lunch. My quick review is going to look different. Okay. Maybe my quick review is, let's make it flamingo. Why not? Good old flamingo. All right. But you get the gist of this. And the key is again, this is not going to be done overnight. But you want to get to a point that you are doing, okay, one of these every day. There's a top priority in the business, on you. Okay. And you want to make sure your fuel tank, get enough sleep, have a good diet, exercise. So maybe factor in exercise. So maybe back here, what you're going to do is maybe you're going to it, 8 o'clock in the morning, do exercise. Okay. And then that's your number one priority for you every single day. Whatever it takes, mind stuff, yoga, whatever, it doesn't matter. You want to get it so that it's just I want to make sure that your time management and time mastery is just like is just making chocolate chip cookies. You put the ingredients in, you put it in the oven, you get it out. That's how it should be every single week. And the more that you can get to that, the less stress, the more results are going to happen, the more you're doing these 50-10s. These greens could be your 50-10s. And then hopefully you get systems in place that if it's you doing everything, you can hire help to do stuff, or maybe you can get things in a way that you can combine things, whatever the case may be. You can do this, okay? But you have to, if you're right now, your schedule is a mess, stop the bleeding, okay? Make sure that you are throwing the stuff in on the business. Make sure that you, when you say you have an hour meeting, it's an hour, it's not 2 hours. Again, and obviously, if you put travel time in here, make sure you put travel time in here, because the worst thing you want to do is say, okay, this is somewhere that's 15, an hour away from this, and this goes a little over, you're not going to be able to make it. So these are all the things that, that we want to get to, that you want to work on as much as possible. So now what we're going to do is, again, check out that time mastery series. Go in, set yourself up. There's a lot of different techniques and tips there. Use them, okay? And start doing the work of getting things more in control. Get to the control part first. Once you get to the control part, then you master it. All right, that's all I have today. Hope everything went smoothly. I'm going to check to see if everything did. If not, hey, we'll figure it out. If you have any questions or comments, DM me on LinkedIn, go to my website, goalstoresults.com. You can click on the contact there, and whatever you need. Hope you have a fantastic rest of the day. Remember, it's all about mastery. Take care.